read about the Nisim, princes, how they brought korbanos, and how they brought gifts in honor of the inauguration of the Mishkan over a 12-day period. And we know how the Torah is so careful not to add an extra letter unless it's of the utmost necessity. Chazal go out of their way to explain why. We find the story of Eliezer finding a wife for Yitzchak is repeated multiple times. Otherwise, Torah doesn't repeat. And here in the Parshas HaNesim, the portion of Nesim, the Torah continuously 12 times repeats the identical gift and the identical korbanos that were brought every day. It could have said, these are the gifts, these are the sacrifices which were brought by the 12 Nesim in a consecutive order, in a specific order. So why does Torah repeat continuously over and over, verbatim, what each one had brought? So the Ramban explains that although in the physical sense they were all identical, but since each shevet, each tribe, had another level of representation within the spiritual realm, and each shevet complemented the other one in terms of its spiritual profile, each nasi who represents that shevet infused with a specific intent the gifts, the korbanos, and therefore each one in its essence was different than the other one. Although physically to the human eye they were identical, they were not identical. Each one was different. Each one, there's another level of representation. This is the idea. We find that we do mitzvos, and you buy the best tefillin, you put them on correctly, but one doesn't have the proper intent. One does the intent is shlo lishma. Another person has the intent is lishma. Another one, although he does it for the sake of the mitzvah, one does the mitzvah with yiras haromumus, out of reverence, and the other one does the mitzvah out of fear of God, or for the sake of reward to have a shir in olam haba. Each one of these infusions of intent causes that each mitzvah takes on another dimension of spirituality. So although to the human eye, each person looks as committed and as observant as the other, but factually they're worlds apart. Because only God knows the nuances of difference between what's infused in one and what's infused in the other. Identically, so therefore, whatever we do, and even within ourselves, Reb Chaim Volozhin explains, one moment during the day, we're at a certain level, and we vacillate. We go in and we go out. One day we feel enthused, and we serve Hashem with a certain enthusiasm, with a selflessness. Another moment, because we have issues, we serve Him at a lesser level. It's not a continuum. So therefore, one's life, although the person believes that he's at a certain level, you never know what level you're at. Because in terms of our accomplishment, although we may be observant of fulfilling the mitzvahs meticulously, but we speak not only in terms of the actual actualization of the mitzvah, we speak about the qualitative aspect of the mitzvah. And the qualitative of the mitzvah has another level of value, which it determines whether you stand at one level or you're at a much lesser level.